Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Hello, scholars. Hello, hello. It's so very good to see you. Hello, hello. How are you today? Hello, hello. It's so very good to see you. Hello, hello. Time to sing and play.
Good morning, scholars, or whatever time you happen to be watching this video. Right now, for me, it is a beautiful overcast day. I'm feeling cozy, I'm feeling ready to go, I'm feeling ready to learn, I'm feeling ready to be with all of you. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to our warm-up and to our awesome activities planned for today. I don't know about you, but my body needs a stretch today. It's feeling kind of weird and tight, and I need to loosen it up. So let's stretch all together. Roll your shoulders forward and then back. Wiggle around your wrists and your fingers and your ankles and your toes. Lift up your shoulders and hold them there. And then let all the tension go. Deep breath in. Hold. And let it out. One more deep breath in through the nose. Hold. And let it out. Let's stretch this shoulder right here. Make sure you don't lift it up like this. Instead, you just want to keep it at a normal height. Switch arms. Switch. Two more shoulder rolls forward and two more back. Let's reach down and feel the stretch in the back of your legs. Hang there for a couple more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then give a nice squat. And then lift up your hands towards the ceiling and bring them back down. One more deep breath in, everybody. Hold and out. Let's shake it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. everybody. Great job. Let's move on to Zumba rhythm. Whew. I'm moving. I'm ready to groove in. Let's start. Here we go. Ah, ah, ah. Cinnamon, cinnamon, grasshopper, tiki tiki. Timka titi ta ah. Tikam, tiki tiki cinco pa. Okay. As we continue with this next slow one, make sure that all of our tikams and are really steady. My bad, everybody. Cinnamon, cinnamon, grasshopper, tiki tiki. Tinka titi ta ah. Tikam, tiki tiki cinco pa. Man, I tried to give instructions during the break last time and that went very poorly. My bad, everybody. 2 more times, here we go. Ta, ah, ah. Cinnamon, cinnamon, grasshopper, tiki tiki. Timka titi ta, ah. Tikam, tiki tiki cinco pa. Oh, I'm still waking up my body today. Let's hope this last fast one wakes up. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and ta ah ah. Cinnamon, cinnamon, grasshopper, tiki tiki. Timka titi ta ah. Tikam, tiki tiki cinco pa. Woo! Last one was perfect. Wonderful job, everybody. Let's go to our vocal warm-up for today. To warm up our voices today, we are going to sing the same tongue twister we learned last time, but we're going to do it a little bit quicker, and then we are going to learn some new tongue twisters to help warm up our brains. The tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah, the tip of the tongue, the teeth and the lips. Ah. Great job with the sung one. Now let's speak. Repeat after me. Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? My goodness, that one didn't go very well for me. Okay, next one anyway. On a lazy laser razor lies a laser ray eraser. The sun shines on the shop signs. 6 sick, slick, slim, sycamore saplings. Around the rugged rocks the ragged rascals ran. Double bubble gum bubbled double. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Tommy Tucker tried Toddy Tammy's turtle's tie. Okay, now that we made it all the way through, we are going to do our lightning round. Alright. Number 15. Tommy Tucker tried Toddy Tammy's turtle's tie. Number 13. Double bubble gum bubbles double. Number 10. The sun shines on the shop signs. Number 12. Around the rugged rocks the ragged rascals ran. Number 14. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Number 8. Which wristwatches are Swiss wristwatches? Number 9. On a lazy laser razor lies a laser ray eraser. Number 11. Six slick slim sycamore saplings. Number 13. Double bubble gum bubbles double. Oh my goodness, those S's really get me. My goodness. Anyway, nice job everybody. Let's go to our first activity for today. So we are going to take the C major scale that we talked about last time and we are going to put it into practice. I'm not sure what device you might be watching this video on, but I'm pretty sure that all of you have access to a Chromebook or an iPad or something like that because of distance learning. I want you to go onto the app catalog or app store for this device, and I want you to get a free piano app. There's lots of different kinds, so basically just pick the first one that pops up that has some good ratings, and you'll be able to see exactly what you need to see for today's activity and to follow along. You can pause the video at any point in order to get that app, but I'm just going to keep going as if you already have it. So we are all going to be learning how to play the C major scale on the piano today. So let's review the whole steps and the half steps that we find in a major scale. Everybody repeat after me. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Very good. So the notes we'll be using today are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C repeated again at the top. Now the key to playing a major scale on the piano is knowing exactly what fingers to use for which keys. Here is the official way to play a C major scale. Now when it comes to playing any major scale, there are more notes than we have fingers, right? There's 8 different keys that we need to play, but we only have 5 fingers. So we basically need to figure out where we are going to move our thumb in order to be able to reach the very top key. When you're playing with your right hand, the first few notes that you play are right here, C, D, and E. And then after that, you switch to this group of notes right here. I know it's hard to do this on a device, but start by just playing these 3 notes together and imagine them as a group. And then play all of these notes together like this. So the first group, boom, second group, boom. And now all we need to do is practice switching our thumb so that we can play the second group perfectly, like this. C, D, E, switch the thumb underneath, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, and this time when we're going down, instead of moving our thumb, we want to switch our middle finger to E, E, D, C, and that way our thumb winds up at the very beginning again. So I'll do that one more time for you to watch. C, D, E, thumb underneath, F, G, A, B, C, and then back down. C, B, A, G, F, middle finger over the top, E, D, C. Now let's add some sound to this. If at any point you forget exactly when to switch over, just play through a couple more times your groups. Group 1, and then group 2. Group 1, group 2. This will help you visualize the exact spot that you need to switch over or under. Next step you want to do is practice with the steady beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If it helps you, you can even sing the notes or sing the numbers of the notes as you go along. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel free to practice these as many times as you want. The most important thing is that you basically have this scale memorized both how it looks on the piano and by how it sounds. Playing it on the piano a bunch of times is a great way to do both of these things. You can pause here and practice for a little bit with your right hand, but if not, let's go to our next activity altogether. We're actually going to head over to my computer screen in just a few seconds. We're going to be looking at some of the instruments that we used in Musical Instrument Bingo last week, because some of them were very similar either in how they looked or how they sounded. So I imagine if you tried to play an intermediate or advanced round of Musical Instrument Bingo, some of the instruments that they tried to make you guess might have been a little tricky. So let's go compare and contrast some of these similar sounding instruments and then play an advanced round altogether and see how well we can do. So first and foremost, let's go over the string family. Violin is pretty easy because it's the highest sounding instrument in our string family. Viola sounds a little bit lower than the violin. Cello sounds lower than that. Now, the tricky part about viola, cello, and then the bottom notes that the violin plays is that they can sort of overlap a lot. So you kind of really listen carefully to the sound of the instrument, not just how high or how low that they play. And the bass can sometimes be tricky to tell from a cello. But it doesn't ever really play that high. Now, piccolo trumpet versus trumpet, let's play the sound of each of those so we can compare them. Okay. Those are really tricky to tell apart. What I would say with piccolo trumpets is that oftentimes they play really fast passages of music, so lots of quick rhythms, things like that, because that's something that's really easy to do on a piccolo trumpet. Let's listen to it one more time. All right, let's see, what are some other tricky ones? Okay, the woodwind instruments gotta be the trickiest ones for me personally. So I'm gonna play 3 of them that all sort of play in a similar range: the clarinet, oboe, and English horn. These 3 are sometimes difficult to tell apart from each other. The key about clarinet is that clarinet can play very low, and it can also play really high, and it can also play really quickly, really easily. So this is a perfect example of the clarinet. Let's listen one more time. So low, getting faster, and then getting high at the very end and playing all those quick notes. So that's a very characteristic of the clarinet. Let's listen to the oboe. Now the English horn. Now I have to admit, oboe versus English horn can be really difficult for almost anybody to tell apart from each other. So let's listen one more time. The only adjective I can think to use, the oboe is a little bit brighter than the English horn. English horn can be a little more mellow. So here's oboe. And then the English horn, which is mellower. Okay, so that will be tricky for me when we play in just a few moments. And then we have bassoon, bass clarinet, and contrabassoon. Let's listen to these three. Okay, so these three are also kind of tricky to tell apart from each other. Bass clarinet and contrabassoon pretty much play lower than the bassoon. Not much lower, but enough that sometimes it can play notes if it really sounds low to you, especially like that final note that we heard the contrabassoon play. Let's listen to that again. That's really low. That's a very contrabassoon-y sort of note, okay? So listen for that, and then let's listen to the bass clarinet and bassoon one more time. And now bassoon. I don't really know how to describe this one. The bassoon almost sounds like, it's like if you imagine somebody had a literal frog in their throat. You know that expression when you feels like you have a frog in your throat? It sounds a little bit like this, but lower. I don't know. That's really weird voice, but I don't know another way to describe it. That's kind of what the bassoon sounds like. So let's keep that in mind as we play our game. We're ready. Advanced round. Here we go. Viola or cello? Cello. Aha, I was correct. Oh, it's flute. Flute. This really mellow, heroic sort of sound, it's French horn. Snare drum. Fast notes. Going higher, clarinet. Cymbals or gong. It has the characteristic long ringing out of a gong, so let's do gong. Yes! Okay, that's gotta be a percussion instrument, 'cause it sounds like things hitting each other. Xylophone's the only one that can really make that noise. Violin, high sounding string instrument. There you go. Okay, so I'm between oboe and English horn. I think it might be oboe because it sounds louder. Yes! There we go. And there's the English horn, a little mellower. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, playing a lot lower than the viola can play, but it sounds like a string instrument. So I'm gonna go with bass. That is a cellist. Tuba, low brass. There's our long, loud, low, weird note from our contrabassoon. That's a stringed instrument, and the only one we have left is viola. And it looks like we are about to win the game. That sounds like a trumpet to me, not a piccolo trumpet. It wasn't high enough, so let's see if we win. Awesome. There we go. No thanks, I do not want to play again. Okay, everybody. Nice job getting through that. With that, let's go to our final activity for today. To end today's lesson, all of us, 1st through 5th grade, are going to be learning the same song. I'm filming this ahead of time, of course, so the timing might be a little confusing, but just the other day, I watched the inauguration of President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. And during the inauguration, this particular song was sung. It's a song that some of my older scholars might remember singing with me in music class before. But I thought it would be fun to sing this song all together. It's called This Land Is Your Land, and it was written by an amazing songwriter named Woody Guthrie. I'll sing the song all the way through for you once, but if you're already familiar with, I invite you to sing along.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me. I went walking that ribbon of highway. I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me, a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. Sun comes shining, then I was strolling in the wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds rolling. A voice was chanting, and the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters, this land was made for you and me.
Now that we've heard our song one time all the way through, I invite all of you to sing along with me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to New York Island, from the
redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps, sparkling sands of her diamond deserts. All around me, a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. When the sun comes shining, then I was strolling in the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling. A voice was chanting and the fog was lifting. This land was made for you and me. Sing this land. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
With that, you guessed it, we are done for today's lesson. Thank you all for singing that beautiful, amazing, important, rich song with me today. I really appreciate it. I hope that you and your families are all staying safe and healthy. I miss each of you so very much, and I wish that we could be together, and I cannot wait until we get that chance. Have the greatest rest of the day ever. Have the greatest rest of the week ever. And you know what? How about you have a great 2021 while we're at it? I will see you all next week. Bye, everybody.